young world. I'm gonna let y'all know this. In the state of Pennsylvania, if you have any type of thing in your background, the best thing for you to do if you're trying to get a firearm is consult with an attorney before you go get one. I got charges that are from many years ago. You know what I'm saying? Mad years ago. 2001, I had a gun charge and a different charge. So last year on May 14th, when all the stuff was going on, all the, you know what I'm saying, all the unrest, they talking about people, food shortages and all this crazy stuff. I was like, you know what, let me go over here and try to get me a firearm, you know what I'm saying, a legal firearm. Because even though I got a record, I don't got no felonies, and everything that I looked up on the internet said to me that I should be able to go over there and buy a firearm. So I went over there May 14th of last year to purchase a firearm. In Pennsylvania, you got to be careful if you're trying to get a firearm. Like I just said in the beginning, if you have anything in your past on your record in Pennsylvania, you try to buy a firearm, even if you think you can get one, the best thing to do is go get an attorney first. Let him do the paperwork for you or fill it out. So this was back on May 14th. So I went there, got denied, you know what I'm saying? So all the months passed by, and December comes, of just last year, a couple months ago, December 20th or something like that. I get a phone call from a detective talking about I got an answer to this situation. I'm like, what are you talking about? About me trying to buy the firearm. And this is how Pennsylvania does you. This is why you got to be careful. When I first tried to buy the firearm, even though I knew, I felt like I should have been legally able to buy one, I went there with the expectations of thinking they're going to run my information, do my background check, and let me know, you know what I'm saying, if I can get a firearm or not. So I went there, did that, you know what I'm saying? So they're like, no, you got to buy the fire. This is how they trick you up. You have to purchase the firearm first. You got to actually buy it first, which I had to do. Then they run your information and then let you know if you can get it or not. So I ended up checking a wrong box on this application, you know what I'm saying? One check of a wrong box, which totally was a misunderstanding type of question. It was like a trick question because on one hand it seemed like it applied to me, but on the other hand it definitely didn't. You know what I'm saying? So overall it seemed like it didn't apply to me. So I checked it or didn't check, whatever it was, checked or not checked, whatever the vice versa thing was. So that was that. They denied it. They did it bad. I was waiting for mad long, waiting for my background to come back. I was there for probably like 2 hours waiting. Then they come back like, oh, you got denied. And mind you, this is after I already had to purchase it first. Because I'm telling the dude in the Army and Navy at the gun store, I'm like, yo, can't you just take my information, run my information, and tell me if I qualify to buy it or not? He said, no, it don't work like that. You got to purchase it. So that's like, yo, it's entrapment is what it really is. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's entrapment. So like I said, this happened May 14th, 2020, last year. Jokers called me in December a couple of months ago. Detectives from the police department where the Army and Navy's at, talking about you got to deal with this situation. I'm like, what are you talking about? Long story short, they charged me with a felony and a misdemeanor. A felony for attempting to purchase and transport firearms. Mind you, this is after they make you purchase the firearm before you know if you even qualified to buy the goddamn thing. So that happened. And the other charge was misdemeanor material, material false statement or material false written state, something to do like a statement type of false thing or whatever like that. I got a real estate license. I'm a Pennsylvania realtor. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no way in hell I'm gonna walk in to a legal place. You know what I'm saying, a place like that and lie on a document willingly. Cause I lose my real estate license, you know. So I damn sure won't do nothing that goddamn stupid. You know what I'm saying? So they called me. That's the situation, and that's what happened. So they ended up charging me with a felony and a misdemeanor. So I was like, God damn, this was back in December. So that's why you saw me act a little bit different. Since then, in the beginning of the year, I came into the beginning of the year with some bullshit on my mind because it is bullshit. So then the months passed, I had to go to court, stuff like that. Got a lawyer, so I just went to court the other day. Because everything I looked up online and all the lawyers I talked to before I hired the lawyer I hired was like, yeah, this type of situation happens a lot. And just this past year, since the pandemic, I think it said like 20,000 people got this same charge in Pennsylvania. Like 20,000 jokers got this shit. Like 3,000 locally where I live at. So this is nothing short of entrapment. You know what I'm saying? So I went to court, and being as though my situation is the way it is, my charges from back in the day were from 2000 and 2001. I had a gun charge when I was like 19 years, way back in the day. But it wasn't a felony. And back then, when I caught the gun charge when I was like 19, I really would have beat that charge. Me and my co-defendant both had a gun. They pulled us over, but they pulled us over. It was an illegal search and seizure. You know what I'm saying? But back then, I had a public offender. You know how the system is. They set us up. Dude told me, the public offender, he's like, look, you can beat this charge with an illegal search and seizure. No, he's like, hands down, by the law, you definitely can beat this. But he was like, if you you're two black kids in Easton riding around with two guns, they're going to still convict you, but then you'll beat it on an appeal. And he was like, if you appeal it, he was like, you'll beat it on an appeal, but by then you're already going to have to do time anyway. And at that point, I already had like a year in. And I had like at that point I had about 7 months in, I think it was. So I was like, all right, I took the plea. So I took the plea. I was supposed to get time served. You know what I'm saying? My co-defendant got 9 months time served. He got right out. I went to court after him, though, thinking I'm going to get the same. I thought I was going to get the same exact thing. So I went up in there. They did me dirty. They talking about to use my juvenile record against me. You know what I'm saying? Made me do what's called a PSI, pre-sentence investigation. And that gave me a higher point system when I got sentenced. So they gave me a state sentence, you know what I'm saying? 7 to 48 months state sentence, though, state to county. So I had to see state parole to get out. Long story short, I ended up doing a year and a half. I was supposed to do 7 months. So this was back in 2001. But in the course of that charge, this is why I gotta tell you, in the state of Pennsylvania, you got to be on top of your situation. If you get in trouble in Pennsylvania, you got to be on point. I didn't realize from 2001 I took this plea because the gun charge I took a plea to, they gave me a misdemeanor plea because, like I said, for one, I was supposed to, the charge should have got thrown out. But the trickery they did is like, all right, we'll let you plead to a misdemeanor, thinking I'm gonna get time served. So I plead to the misdemeanor, still rocked me. You know what I'm saying? Still did a year and a half. And listen to this, for the past, I got my real estate license in 2017. I didn't know from 2001 until 2017 these jokers had a felony on my record mistakenly. They say mistakenly, you know what I'm saying? The state of Pennsylvania, Northampton County. I was a convicted felon on paper for all those years without even knowing about it. And I plead to a misdemeanor. So throughout all these years, I would be trying to get jobs, trying to get my life together when I was young, do certain stuff, and I never got jobs. Or I got a job and they fired me right away, like, oh, your background. But they would always tell me your background didn't pan out, failed the background. In my mind, I'm thinking, all right, I failed the background because of my past charges, because I had charges from when I was younger. I didn't realize the jokers was really saying that I failed the background because I'm lying on the application unknowingly because the goddamn county have me as a felon for 16 goddamn years, you know what I'm saying, in my life since I was like 20 years old. So I didn't know until I went to get my real estate license in 2017. All my stuff came up, so I had a lawyer to go through my stuff, you know what I'm saying? Look through the paperwork so I can get so they can give me a hearing, a real estate hearing to see if they'll accept me to be a realtor or not. So I got my lawyer. I already knew the charges. I didn't expect the joker to come back and be like, well, you're a convicted felon. You're not going to be able to be real estate because it says, I said a felon. I'm not a felon. What are you talking about, a felon? I don't got no felonies. 15, 16, 17 goddamn years, these jokers had a fake felony on my record in the state of Pennsylvania. So imagine the amount of, you know what I'm saying, that has forced me to be a creative person, I'll say. You know what I'm saying? I was forced to do creative things outside of the regular type of things to maintain because I couldn't get no goddamn job nowhere because I'm lying on the application for my whole life without even knowing about it. So that was that. So I called a lawyer in Philly. I called three lawyers after I found the mistake. And once my lawyer found that mistake, he went down to the county. They changed the paperwork on the spot. I didn't have to go to no hearing. I didn't have to do no calls. I didn't have to go in front of no judge. They changed the paperwork right there on the spot when my lawyer was there. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, that tells you how corrupt it is. If they're going to tell you, since when have you ever heard of them changing somebody's charge without you even have to even go to a goddamn hearing? You know what I'm saying? I didn't even have to go to a hearing. So, long story short, so they changed it right there on the spot. So that was back in 2017. So now I'll go for this, try to buy this gun, give me the felony. Can you imagine? It's December. You know what I'm saying? I tried to buy this gun last year in May. This December comes, this past year. They called me talking about this. I'm like, what the? So imagine the pressure that was on me for all these months that just happened. Cause I know I've been the victim of the system in a couple different times. Like the stuff that don't happen to people happened to me in the system. I ain't no angel. I did dirt when I was young. I ain't saying I didn't. You know what I'm saying? But I got done dirty by the system a couple times. So these lawyers in Philly, when I called in, they was like, "You definitely got a case." It was like, no doubt about it. They was going to take time. It's going to might take a couple dollars if they didn't do it pro bono. But I could sue the county for having me as a fake felon for 15 years. But I was like, you know what? I got my real estate. I was like, you know what? I was young. I was wild. Did a lot of stuff. I was no angel. So I was like, I'm gonna just call it even. I don't want to start beef with the whole entire county. And I'm just about to be a realtor. So I just let it go. I was like, whatever, F it. So all that, and then they're going to try to, this is Lehigh County down in Allentown where I tried to buy the gun. So after all that, they're going to try to charge me with a felony over an honest mistake. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting here like, yo, they're going to do me dirty. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, I went to a hearing the other day. I got a lawyer out here, young brother Tyree Blair in Easton, Northampton County. If you ever in trouble, hit him up in Pennsylvania. Young black brother out there, you know what I'm saying, hungry. Put my money with him, and he got the felony dropped. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm just dealing with a little misdemeanor that don't carry no time. But imagine, I ain't been in the system in I don't know how many goddamn years. You know what I'm saying? Besides like driving without license. Last charge I had was 2005, small amount of marijuana when I'm a kid. You know what I'm saying? This is talking 15, 16 years ago. When I had gun charges and drug charges, that's back when I was like 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it worked out, and up to this point. So you got to be careful if you in Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? First of all, if you ever been in trouble in Pennsylvania, I would advise you to go down, get a lawyer, have them go look at your real record, not the record that the people pull when you go for job. Go to a lawyer, have them look at your real record to make sure that they don't have you as a goddamn convicted felon by accident. You know what I'm saying? For 20 years. And imagine, I'm sitting here telling, I've been through all type, man. You can't even imagine. If I could tell you something, I can't even tell you half the stuff I've been through. You know what I'm saying? And pertaining to being a felon, not even knowing about it. I'm getting not hired at jobs where I know niggas work at that got charged. I'm like, that's when I started thinking like, what? Something got to be up. I know niggas from work release at these jobs. How they getting there and I can't get them because I didn't know I was a goddamn felon for 20 years of my life. You know what I'm saying? So that's all, man. And that's like I was gonna say. If you ever been in trouble in Pennsylvania, go down and check on your charges. If it was 15, 10, 5, however many years ago, because I don't know if they did. I don't know if it was an honest mistake and they did it with just me and it was an honest accident. You know what I'm saying? Or if maybe they just been doing this to dudes. You know what I'm saying? Putting fake felonies on your record for your whole life, messing your life up behind the scenes. You don't even know what's going on. That's Pennsylvania, man. You got the Pennsylvania is a different type of beast, man, for real. But I do got to say it worked out for me just now with this charge. Like I said, got the lawyer, got the brother on my team. He looked out for me, made it happen. So now I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I see a couple people do comments. I appreciate it. Like somebody dropped a couple bucks up in here. Let me find out. Somebody dropped $20. Who's that? Brian's running. I appreciate that. That's like only the second time everybody ever dropped a couple dollars on a young joker, man. $20. I appreciate that. And you've been riding with me for a minute, Brian's running. You've been here for a long time. And shout out to everybody else that's up in here, man. But you got to be on point. If you in Pennsylvania, man, you got to be on point. And that's only half my story. The Pennsylvania judicial system that did mad dirty stuff to me growing up, juvenile and been, you know what I'm saying, boot camp. Now, I ain't gonna say like I didn't cause most of this stuff on myself because I was a knucklehead running around. I've been going to juvenile since I was like 13 years old or something like that. First time I got locked up. But the fact of the matter is, man, they'll pull a fast one on you if you ain't paying attention. Imagine you got a felony on your record for 15 years you don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? I done filled out. There was plenty of times I tried to get my life together growing up and try to get out the streets, getting regular jobs, and couldn't get no damn job or nothing, and have no clue why. Because back then I was just on some other stuff. Somebody say no, they say, oh, your background didn't work. No, I wasn't thinking that I'm supposed to go look into it and go get a lawyer and then realize that there's a goddamn felony on my record. You know what I'm saying? So these folks is crazy, but it all worked out in the end. You know what I mean? So that's one thing off. The Joker was stressed for these past few months, but I tell you, man, this shit had me. My spirits was down for a couple months. But like I said, the young brother got me out of here, man. Tyree Blair, if you ever in Easton, Pennsylvania, Easton, Allentown, Bethlehem, Lehigh Valley, right outside of Philly, even probably Philly, he works. Catch yourself in the gym, man. Call Tyree Blair, man. Young brother out here beasting, working hard, making it happen. You know what I mean? So that's about it. Shout out to everybody that came through. Bronze Runner, once again, I appreciate the money you dropped on the Joker. Let's see if I can see a couple of these. Yeah, Tawan Gant, 20K was good. Tawan Gant, it crazy, man. They try to get me. Crystal Mayato, wow, is right. OC, extortion at the, not even just extortion at, this is lifelong, soul extortion, you know what I'm saying? Lifelong extortion. Jokers had me as a felon. You know how much stuff goes against you when you're a felon on record, you know what I'm saying? That's some bullshit, for real, for real. Gabby, the Sin Builder, said, the citizens saw for themselves the dirty political tricks that are played, this country would be in an uproar. Word up, yo, because I be seeing stuff like this, like the Khalif Browder story and stuff like that. But now my story ain't nothing like his. But to be able to have a felony on somebody's record for 15 years and then they just like, oh, it was a mistake. God damn it, you done messed up my goddamn motherfucking life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna say it like that because I ain't gonna sit here and act like I was an angel and I was just all about trying to do. But at the same time, yeah, you fuck around and have me as a convicted felon for half my goddamn life. You know what I'm saying? It's some bullshit. Some straight up bullshit. And a charge that I should have beat. And that goes to show you when I was young, I run around a public offender in the streets. You can't afford a lawyer. Cause I'd have had a lawyer with that charge, shit would have been dropped and thrown straight out. The cop did it. The cop was on some bullshit that stopped. It was a straight dirty stop. You know what I'm saying? I think I shouted out everybody that came through. But that's about, I'm about to get out of here, man. But yo, be on point. If you ever in first of all, if you in Pennsylvania, don't even be in trouble. That's the first and foremost. Don't even get your ass in no goddamn trouble with Pennsylvania. Sit your ass down somewhere. Go out and get you a job. Like what I do right now is, yeah, Brownsville. They tell you like just a little bit of stuff can just mess you up. Yo, like people had the power to make a mistake on your life, on your paperwork, and mess your whole goddamn life up. For real, mess your whole stuff up. I tell you what, right now I do. I'm a real estate agent. I deliver packages for Amazon. I do Uber. I do Grubhub. I just started this thing the other day called Instacart, where you take jokers their groceries to their house. Anything, to know what I'm saying, to stay out the streets and stay out the way. Anything, because I'm lucky enough to still be here after all the stuff I've been through. I done been through all type of stuff out here. You know what I'm saying? And I've been extremely lucky. So I'm doing whatever I got to do. I don't care what anybody. I come home from my Amazon. I don't be trying to. I don't give a get. Look, I tell you what, man. Look, I don't care what nobody say about nothing. People with Uber, I do Uber, I do Grub. I don't give a goddamn what anybody feels about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just lucky to be that kind of person. I know a lot of people that be acting like they can't. If you ain't paying my goddamn bills, my mortgage, I don't give a goddamn what somebody thinks. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too proud for nothing. I've been up. I've been young in the streets making a lot of money. I've been the person around the hood that had the hottest whip, the most money, all that type of stuff. I did all that when I was 20 something years old, 30. I did that years ago. You know what I'm saying? That don't go no. The only place that gets you, and then the better you doing in the street is the more you look like you doing. That they know what you do. Like I tell you what, I don't know, man. It's like I said, took me years to wake up, but I woke up years ago. It's bothersome. That's why I be on my stuff that I be talking about. It's bothersome to see. You know what I'm saying? Young dudes out here now still going through the same thing. People don't wake up. I don't know what it is. It's just like that. You know what I'm saying? But I've been there, done that. I don't got nothing. I don't need nobody's approval for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be like man. Look, I don't know, man. That's all, man. Like people see me doing real estate, and I was really heavy in the real estate. The beginning of the year slowed that down. It's a seller's market, but not a buyer's market. You know what I'm saying? I don't got time to be running around showing people houses all goddamn week, all month, and then they ain't gonna get it anyway because now it's a bidding war and everything you try to buy. You know what I'm saying? I don't got time for that. So I don't got no problem switching over and doing Uber, Grubhub, any of that type of stuff. People act like they too good to be. I don't got that problem. You know what I'm saying? My motherfucking bills is paid. I got a couple dollars put away. So I don't care what people feel. But that's about it, man. I'm about to get up out. I got to run up there in Home Depot real quick. But that's it. Shout out to everybody that came through. And once again, if you in Pennsylvania and you ever been in trouble, check up on your charges, yo. Check and make sure your charges or your record is what it's supposed to be, because they will slip a felony into your goddamn life without you even knowing about it. You know what I'm saying? Slip a felony on you and don't even know about it. So that's about it. And keep your ass out the streets anyway. Don't even be in trouble. But if you already been in trouble, go check up on your stuff. But shout out to everybody that came through. Much love, appreciation. Browns runner again. Much love for the $20. I appreciate that. Everybody be safe.